Chicago to Detroit, so you can leave the driving bus and ride the Club Steppin' party bus all the way to the white party. Contact Kimberly at clubsteppin.com for all the details.
Hey everybody, it's the Mom Top DJ J Rome, and I'm inviting you to stop by on Wednesday after work and kick it with me and the rest of the ClubSteppin.com All-Star Radio personality. We'll be at the East of the Rhine for the ClubSteppin.com Wednesdays after work set. We're going to be doing a little some of this and a little some of that. A little stepping, a little line dancing, a little bid whist and spades, a little bit of darts, and all the while we'll be having a whole lot of fun. So plan to join us every Wednesday at the East of the Rhine from 6 p.m. until. The East of the Rhine is located at 914 East 79th Street on the corner of 79th and Drexel. There's plenty of free parking and no cover charge. What better way to unwind and rejuvenate on Hump Day? See you there.
Another hour of engaging talk radio starts now. This is globalnewsforum.com. Chicago.
It's time now for the Bean Soup Times radio show with your host, Torre Muhammad. Heard every Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on globalnewsforum.com. And now, your host.
Peace, greetings, assalamu alaikum. What's up, family? This is your brother, your friend, Torre Muhammad, coming at you live with another Bean Soup radio show. Oh, yes, we are glad to be on the top side of the earth, and we are glad to be here at the globalnewsforum.com studio right off the lakefront here on a beautiful day in sunny Chicago. We say what's up, peace, and assalamu alaikum to you wherever you're tuning in to from across the world today on globalnewsforum.com. We have a very, I think, engaging and exciting show today. We have a lot to talk about in this hour, so we encourage you to sit back, relax. Well, if you're at work, you better sit up straight. But tune in, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the Bean Soup radio show is on the air. The first thing I want to do is give some love, some respect, some recognition to a brother that I really truly admire and respect, who is doing an incredible, wonderful job. He has some big shoes to fill, and he fills them very well. Brother Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad, the National Assistant to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, has been just really providing a word that just uplifts, it inspires, it motivates, and gives clarity. Last Sunday, he talked about Trayvon Martin and others in our community who have been killed in recent time, and gave some perspective to it. So I'm encouraging everyone within listening ear. You can come if you're in Chicago. Go to Mosque Mariam next Sunday at 2 p.m. and hear him, or tune in online at noi.org/webcast. And matter of fact, you may be able to hear the Sunday's lecture on the webcast right now. So check it out. That brother is doing a fantastic job, and I am just pleased to know him. So that's what's up. Oh, and of course, get your latest Final Call newspaper. It is in the streets today somewhere. You can call me and I can get it to you. 773-531-8798. 773-531-8798. There was Sunday at the mosque, there was a presentation, not a presentation, but a word by a young lady who was speaking on behalf of the Howard Morgan family. Now, I don't know if everyone is familiar with this case, but this is one that everyone should know about, because it is absolutely a miscarriage of justice. Here is a brother. I'm just going to give you the quick rundown of it. A former Chicago police officer who was working as a officer on a railroad line, and in his duties he carries a gun. That's part of his job description and part of his tools for the job. And so this brother was pulled over for a traffic violation, and he identified himself to the two police officers or more who were on the scene, at least two, as a police officer, because he wanted to make sure they knew why, when they got to the car, they would find out that he was carrying a weapon, a legal weapon. So they don't believe that he's an officer. They snatch him out the car, remove the gun from him, and then shoot him 28 times. According to the reports, the 28 shots were all in the back. So, 28 times. So, the cases, the Trayvon Martins, the Howard Morgans, unfortunately, we hear these situations and they happen so much that we're not surprised to hear about another one happening. But this is one that is right here in Chicago. It happened on the west side. And now, I just told you the first part of this story. Now, he shot 28 times. Of course, he has to go to the hospital. Do you know that he was charged with 4 counts, I believe, of attempted murder? And there was a trial, and he was found innocent in the trial. But then the judge called a mistrial, and he was tried again, and this time was found guilty. And he is going to be sentenced tomorrow at 26 in California and could face up to, I believe, 30 years in jail for being shot 28 times by the police. The term adding insult to injury does not even begin to describe, this situation. So his family, his friends, his supporters are asking everyone to come down to the courthouse at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, 26 in California, and be present to show your support for this brother. Today is him. Tomorrow it could be someone who's near and dear to us. So, it really is. It really is. You try to find the words to try to sum up something like this, and try to. I can't even imagine what the family is going through as they face this. But he has a strong woman by his side. His wife is a strong fighter. His whole family. So we are definitely pulling and rooting and hoping for the best. But this brother needs our support, and often in cases like this, unfortunately, whether it's justified or not, the officers usually show a strong presence to let the judge know that they want a heavy sentence. And so we really don't think that this brother deserves to be sent to prison for getting shot. He's already suffered enough. He's really, it's really a blessing that he's alive at all. So come on out to the Criminal Court Building, 2650 South California, at 8 a.m. And there should be some supporters outside. You can actually go in and find out what courtroom to go to. Leave your purses and bags and stuff in the car or at home, because there is a search procedure at the courthouse. So the less stuff you have on you, the less time you'll take there, and the less chance that you'll be turned around for having something that will not be allowed in the courtroom. So, brothers and sisters, that's what's up with that. And you can go and get more information on my website at beansouptimes.com. I have information about this story. I have a picture and a video. Actually, there's a video of his wife and supporters talking about the case and why it's just an incredible miscarriage of justice. So that's what's up with that, brothers and sisters. Howard Morgan, tomorrow, California, 26 in California. Be there, 8 a.m. if you can. The family needs your and our support. Now, I mentioned, of course, a little bit earlier, as I was talking about Howard Morgan, the Trayvon Martin case. And, you know, of course, there's all types of information and news coming out about this situation. It is absolutely heart-wrenching, and, you know, any of us with children can only imagine what the parents are going through. But unfortunately, there are many who can imagine because they have already gone through it and are going through it. You know, but I wanted to highlight, and this is on my website as well, that the comments and the backlash that CNN reporter Don Lemon and an analyst, Goldie Taylor, are receiving from viewers at CNN. CNN viewers are, you know, calling them all types of names. And, of course, the N-word and worse. There has been really, you know, violent threats against them. You could say death threats on their lives because of their coverage of the Trayvon Martin situation. You know, I always hesitate because I want to call it the Trayvon Martin case, but it's not a case yet because there hasn't even been an arrest and charges brought. So it's a tragedy, the Trayvon Martin tragedy. And so they had these two reporters, and I'm sure others probably have similar stories, but there are two that are talking about it. Don Lemon went as far as to talk about it on air and tell people they need to just relax, and that this is a conversation that needs to be had. And he says, please don't send me any more tweets that by having this conversation I'm a racist or a race baiter. This is a conversation we all need to have, so relax on that. Now imagine, because he's covering the case, he's being called a racist and a race hater, a race baiter. It reminds me of something that Malcolm said a long time ago about, you know, if somebody puts your neck in a noose and you're struggling to get out, you don't call the person who's struggling to get out the noose a racist. He's trying to get free, or call him violent, committing violent acts. He's trying to get free. So, you know, that makes no sense at all, but it just really reflects the climate of the country. And Goldie Taylor, who is an analyst who's been talking about it, told Don Lemon that somebody told her, "I'll shoot you," on Twitter. And her response was, "You better be a quicker draw." You know, that's a sister right there. She not half-stepping at all. But, yeah, that's just a tragedy on top of a tragedy. So not only is the situation horrendous, but people don't even want us to talk about it. There's an attempt to sweep race issues under the rug. And anytime someone doesn't want to have the conversation, of course, that's because they're guilty. That's because they are guilty of the mentality. You know, their thoughts is, I would have shot him too. I would have done this and that. What was he doing in the neighborhood? You know, all the blame is placed on this 17-year-old boy who went out to get a snack and never came home. And so just a tragedy on top of a tragedy. So, but you can, like I say, you can go to my website. There's a bunch of new information this past week we've put up there about different issues and things that we think are important at beansouptimes.com. And brothers and sisters, you are listening to Torrey Muhammad. This is the Bean Soup Radio Show, and we are on globalnewsforum.com. make sure to tell your friends to tell a friend to tell a friend to tune in to the Bean Soup Radio Show on globalnewsforum.com. Like I say, we're here in the wonderful studio right here on 72nd and South Shore, experiencing and enjoying this lovely day. It's about 3:17, and we are talking about Howard Morgan and Trayvon Martin. Next half of the hour, or the next, we're going to do a quick interview. I talked to a wonderful young man who, really, even though we don't talk about Trayvon Martin and other similar cases, he and what he's doing with the organization that he works for are really putting the pedal to the metal when it comes to mentorship and providing a safe haven for our children to grow in, to flourish and prosper in. So we're very pleased that we're going to have him on the show today. So he's, he's a shaker and a mover. He's new to the city of Chicago, fairly new. So we want to tune in to him in just a quick second. Okay, while that's coming, Lamont, are you there? We're going to plug in that the interview with that young man. So, but as we're working on that, I got to tell you about this incredible event that's coming up. It is going to be May 17th. Excuse me. May 17th. We are going to have, I'm working with an organization here in Chicago, and we're going to bring George Fraser to the city of Chicago. Now, for those of you who don't know, George Fraser is he's a networking guru. And when I say networking, we're talking about in the purest sense of what it means to network. People talk from different angles about the importance of networking. And this man knows how to connect people, knows how to help bring people together to make deals. The man is very keen and important on building a team and a network and people around you who will help you grow and prosper. And he's done it for years and created a whole business, almost a whole industry in and of itself on the how to network in the black community. He's written several books, and he'll be here in Chicago talking about steps to success, be empowered, how to build wealth. That's going to be May 17th. We're going to be at 4622 South King Drive. 4622 South King Drive. Tickets are only $12. And go to my website and sign up for the email list, and you'll get all the updates about it. So, but we're going to go ahead and get you this interview now. This wonderful brother that I talked to a couple days ago. So we recorded it for your pleasure. You got to hear from this brother and hear about what he's doing in the community. All right, brothers and sisters, once again, we love to. It's such an excitement and joy and bring to you interesting people. And we have a brother to talk to today. He is a youth leader. He's a mentor. He's someone who's always been passionate and concerned about our young people, and current events just highlight that more today, probably more than any other time. But ironically, you could say that a year ago or 2 years ago, and it still be so important, the emphasis and the support and love we give to our young people to help them to develop. And so this brother has come all the way from down the street from Cincinnati, Ohio, to lead the charge at St. Savannah at their program called the ARK. He's the Youth Development Director. He's a product of HBCU's, Wilberforce University, and we are so happy to have Lamont Washington here on the Bean Soup Radio Show. How you doing, sir?
I am doing very well. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, it's an absolute pleasure. We're so excited because we know
the product that comes out of St. Sabina. We know the great works of Pastor Father Michael Flager and the wonderful team that he puts together, that he brings to the, attracts. And so there's several folks that I know from Chicago who are over there doing great things. But he picked you all the way out of Cincinnati to come and help at the ARK.
What a blessing. Absolutely. It's a blessing to be here.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, we're glad to have you, brother. So tell us about the ARK and what the program does and why it's so important.
Well, it's so important. First and foremost, let me say that this is a vision of Pastor Flager, Father Flager, a safe haven for our young people, especially in the Auburn Gresham and Inglewood communities. However, we are not limited to that. So our job and our aim is to impact these young people's lives in such a way that they will grow up to be productive citizens. And we're doing this through holistic development. Young people who are well-rounded in the areas of academics, sports, and also the creative arts statistically prove to be some of the most well-rounded individuals as they grow up and in the country. So that's our aim. Our aim is to make them better. And if we touch these young people, we know we also are going to touch their families. And if we touch their families, we know that we will touch the community. That within itself will bring about great change in the greater Chicago area.
Beautiful. And so you've been here for a few months now and really getting entrenched into the community. And I know I've done some traveling throughout the years, and to me it's ironic that really, although maybe the certain slang language may be a little different, but we're really facing the same problems throughout the country. And so what has been your experience working with young people here as opposed to Cincinnati?
Actually, it is the same. The difference is Chicago is larger. So, of course, the numbers are larger. The statistics are larger. But I'm still in tune with the youth development community in Cincinnati, Ohio. And some of the exact same things that's going on here is going on there. And, of course, in light of definitely with the Trayvon Martin situation, we know that other things are going on, not just in our local region, but also all across the country, and even I dare to say the world. It's something major that is going on with our young people at this time. But the blessing is that we have the opportunity of gifted people to work with our young people and show them the right way to go. And that's what we're doing here at the ARK of St. Sabina.
That's beautiful. I did have an opportunity, the pleasure and the privilege and the honor of emceeing an event during Black History Month.
Yes, you did.
At the ARK. And the I guess I'll use the word validation and the love that you all give, that safe haven you just mentioned. I definitely saw it in action, and I saw really some very intelligent and inspiring young people who are there that are part of the program. And I was really just I wasn't surprised, but it was an affirmation, because I knew what to expect, that you were going to have giants leading little giants over there.
All right. Yeah.
So tell us about some of the activities that are there at the ARK.
We have, again, most of our programs center pretty much around academic improvement, the creative arts, and our sports program. Young people who are interested in the ARK need to know that we are very serious about their grades, and we know that education is that passport that will allow them much success. So we have tutoring. We have computer classes. Lyric, which is a poetry class here. We have hip-hop dancers. Our young people love that, the music. We also have, right now, being built a music studio in which our young people are going to learn the music industry and also have the opportunity to record their own music after they create it. The difference is we're going to detox them from the norm, the music that they hear over the radio about the money and the drugs and the sex and all those crazy things, and teach them to share positive music and music that will definitely enlighten the community. We also have GEMS, which is a step team and dance group for young ladies. Exciting about that. We have a sports league, intramural sports. We have weight room and health and fitness training here at the ARK. And we're not limited to those things. We have a lot of things that have not come through the ARK before, and we're rolling them out as we speak, and we're just really excited about the opportunity to give these young people the things that we were given. I think anyone in youth development truly and honestly give back in this manner because of what was given to us. So we give of ourselves freely to these young people that they will be better.
Man, beautiful. That's absolutely wonderful. And you mentioned, of course, Auburn, Gresham, and Inglewood, which is the basic area of where the ARK is located.
Absolutely.
And it's housed right there in St. Sabina.
Right on the campus of St. Sabina, right behind the church, and next door to the Emoja House, and about a half a block away from the academy. We're right there together.
Beautiful. And so I know you did mention that the children don't have to be in the immediate area. But how can children get involved with, and how can they get more information?
Well, we're not just local. We understand that this is our aim to grow the ARK. And because of space, we know we can't do everything here. So we have decided to make the ARK and its programming mobile. And so we're also going into the schools. We're at Perspective. We're at Simeon. We're at Joplin and a few other schools in the surrounding areas. However, if any of our young people are interested in coming to the ARK from communities that's not as close, they definitely can contact us here at the ARK of St. Sabina. Again, that's 773-483-4333. Again, 773-483-4333. They can contact us here, and then we will make provisions to get in contact with them and their families and sign them up for our exciting programs.
Man, that's beautiful. And what are the ages?
We actually range from 6 to 24. We have a broad range. So we start working with young people at the age of 6, and we go follow them all the way up to their young adulthood. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. And give me an example, maybe one of the young people that you work with, or something that has happened that really, illustrates why the ARK is so important and how it helps people.
We have a young lady here. I'll give her first name, won't give her last for obvious reasons, but her name is Jessica. She has been with the ARK for years, and she's actually getting ready very soon to graduate from our programming in one capacity, moving to another. One of our coaches here who teaches karate had some surgery and was going to be out. Well, instead of stopping the classes because she has proven herself up in the ranks, we allowed her to do an apprenticeship and to teach the other fellow young people that came in behind her. So this is what we do here at the ARK. This is why it's so important that we train up our young people. When you train them up and you give them the tools and the resources that they need, they in return give back to other youth and also to the community. And I think that she is, along with so many other our young people, are great examples, great role models because of the work that has been poured into their lives and the seeds that have been planted.
Beautiful. Man, that's wonderful. And you do work with different community groups and folks that are doing some great work in the city as well. Who are some of them?
Some of the community, well, of course, we partner with all the entities of St. Sabina, the ERC, Catholic Charities, etc., the Academy even next door. But we also have housed here in the ARK of St. Sabina other programs. We have the NRI program, the Neighborhood Recovery Initiative, and we also have safety networks. And these organizations really help to prevent violence in the community. The statistics alone in Auburn Gresham and Inglewood communities are alarming. So we have a lot of work to do, and I'm just so grateful that we are partnering with NRI and safety networks and teaching our young people to be responsible and allowing them to, in return, to protest. Our young people are really tired of the violence. They're tired of varying their classmates. And we have some great people here working with these young people and different different organizations, different, I'm trying to think of a good word to describe it, but different coalitions throughout the community. And bringing great information, having town hall meetings, etc., to get the information out. A lot of times people don't know what's going on in the community, and they see it every day, but they kind of turn a blind eye to it. But we're showcasing and bringing forth the statistics, letting them know what's going on so they can do something about it. We shouldn't wait till it gets to our front door to do something about it. When we see it down the block, you better believe it's coming to our front door. So we have a charge, and we have some obligations to fulfill in our community. So the ARK of St. Sabina is doing that not only with our young people, but we're actually partnering with other coalitions, etc., in the community to make sure that the vision comes to pass.
Man, that is beautiful, man. We thank you so much for the work that you're doing and for everyone that's involved with the ARK. And
Absolutely.
Give the number again and how people can get in contact with you for to get involved.
Absolutely. Again, that number is 773-483-4333. Again, 773-483-4333.
Beautiful. Brothers and sisters, you're listening to Bean Soup Radio. I'm your host, Tori Muhammad, and we're talking with Lamont Washington. Do you have any closing remarks you want to tell to the listeners before we close out?
Absolutely. I just encourage everyone to continue to work not only with the ARK but other organizations in the community for the betterment of our young people. We cannot do it alone. Indeed, we are a village, and it's so important that we work together, that our young people will have the same values that we have, because this next generation is indeed greater than we are, and it's important for us to guide them and give them direction. And we just look and wait in expectation of what God will do with our young people in this next generation. They're mighty. They need guidance, and we need to partner to do so.
And yes, sir. Beautiful, man. Well, we definitely at Bean Soup Times love the faith community of St. Sabina. We love Father Flager and all the great work that he has done, and his courage. And,
Absolutely.
You know, and everyone over there, we love everything that you're doing. And
let me just say that it started with him. You know, this was the vision that God gave to him, and we are here to fulfill that vision. We are here to make sure that it manifests here in the earth, and it's a great work. It's a lot of work, but we know that great things are going to come because of that vision.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's beautiful, and we know biblically that you know, it took Noah a long time to build the ark. So we're definitely pleased that he was able to get the support and the help and to have it built in a much shorter amount of time.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. So we thank you, brother, and you know, you're welcome anytime to come on and give us any events or anything coming up that people need to know about.
We always have something going on here at the ARK of St. Sabina. I know that we do have our Eye Care Week coming up. This is the second week of May, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely people want to stay tuned with that. And I believe that begins on May 15th. So it goes from May 15th through May 19th. And we have all kinds of great things going on. We have a youth rally, essay and art and spoken word contest. We have a talent show. We have a Hoop for Peace where it's going to be a basketball tournament for peace. And then on the 19th, we're going to close out with championship games and a community cookout. So people definitely want to come out and they can learn more about the ARK at that time and also be a part of the great week of peace and calling attention to all the violence that's going on to in our communities.
Okay, excellent. We love it. We love it. Thank you, brother. And we look forward to talking to you again. And
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
yes, sir. For real. Peace.
He give me money when I'm in need. Get down. Go ahead, get down. Go ahead, get down. What's up, brothers and sisters? We coming back with the tunes of Gold Digger. I want to highlight some news that I don't know if you all were aware of, but there is a video out that talks about Rick Santorum. Now, this is the man who is running for the Republican nomination for president of the United States. Now, he almost calls the United States president, our president, Barack Obama, an N-word. Now, I say almost just to give him that sliver of room to wiggle out, which he is trying to do. But on the campaign trail, Rick Santorum was giving a speech in Janesville, Wisconsin, and the Republican presidential hopeful almost called the president, a government nigger. Here's what he said. You can make up, wait, here is it. Oh man, I just had the page. Okay. He's making a point about liberals, and he's making a point about what people who, the Republicans are calling Obama president socialist and liberal and all this. So he says he's not caring about what liberals say and about any government nig. And the NIG, or as his people are saying, NEG, came out. And they're trying to say that when he said government nig, that he was going to say government negotiator. But most of us have heard the term before, government nigger. So while he's trying to wiggle out of it, I'm not saying he's a gold digger, but Rick don't mess with no government niggas. So please excuse the language. Some of y'all may be at work, but this is what the climate of the country is. This is what's going on in people's minds. And while I refuse to refer to myself or to anybody who looks like me with that term, because I understand where it comes from, we have to highlight when that mentality is still attempted to be placed on us by others. So he was going to say it just like I think he felt it, and as he said it before. And until we change the condition and the image in our community, even though we have someone who has achieved the highest level of office, it reminds me of something that I've heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say, and that is that our individual success still does not separate us from the collective stereotypes and images and the struggle and attempts for liberation and salvation of our people. Until the whole is free, none of us are free. And our freedom is coming from ourselves and not from anybody else. So go to my website, Bean Soup Times. You can get that article too, and you can watch the video and decide for yourself. What does he say? What is he saying? Could it be? Is it true? You know, some of the mentality and some of the language that others have used, even though they've been a lot more crafty at it, they're really saying the same thing. Because I believe it was the other guy who said he's not worried about, the poor. There's a safety net for them. Well, who you think he's talking about when he said poor? What picture came up in his mind? When I say wealthy, what image comes in your mind of a person? Is it black or is it white? When I say somebody is very wealthy, I might say somebody is rich, hood rich. You think of somebody black, but if you say wealthy, so when you say poor, who comes up in your mind? And so you'll know who came up in his. So that's where we at. But it's time. It's time for us to change the paradigm, and we can do it. And sometimes you have to do things and say things in a way that really shakes people up. That's why I love parody and satire and humor, because sometimes you can get across an important point, but do it with humor. It's almost like, giving honey with medicine, or, just doing something in a way that eases the pressure and the pain. So, I don't know if that was the purpose of this next brother, this young man, this gentleman I'm going to talk about. We might be the same age. I don't know exactly how old he is. But there is a pastor in Ohio who put a stripper pole, high heels, and women's underwear in the church pulpit. Blasphemous, I would say. Disgraceful, I would say. And he even had on a T-shirt that said, "Don't go to church." Well, I watched the video and listened to him, and he has a church. He is a pastor, so I don't know what the T-shirt meant, but he definitely put a stripper's pole, a pulpit, some ladies' underwear, some high heels, some money, some make it rain, like somebody made it rain, and even a full-size bed. And on one side of the bed there was a basketball, a PlayStation tool, the handheld, not the handheld, but the what you use, the controller, and that was on one side of the bed. On the other side, it was a Bible and a teddy bear. And so this is his way of bringing male-female relationships into the church to have conversations with folks who are single. And so when you go to my website, look at the pictures there, it's a packed house. Looks like he got people coming out, and it may be provocative, but he's trying to make a point. And so very interesting, the things, the tools, the ways that people are attempting to capture our attention to get a word to us that maybe will help improve the relationships. Now, I haven't heard the lectures. I don't know. He has guest speakers. I haven't heard them, so I don't know what they're saying from the pulpit, but I get the idea of trying to capture people's attention. So I don't know that I would do it or go to a place where that's being done. But like I say, it's a packed house in there. So I don't know. Maybe y'all can text me or email me, put a notice up on Facebook, tell me what you think. You can, matter of fact, you can find the article there and comment on the article right there on my website. So, but that is what's going on in the world today. Brother out of Ohio, Pastor Mike Scruggs. And so earlier, before we're moving on, but before we went to the interview earlier, I was talking about George Fraser. So I wanted to reiterate, May 17th, Be Empowered, How to Build Wealth. George Fraser, the guru of networking in the black community, is going to be talking about steps to success. He is just an incredible brother. Go Google him. Go to Google or just any search engine and put in George Fraser and check him out. Brother is a dynamic brother. He knows how to bring people together, knows how to connect people with common goals and ideas, knows how to really put the pieces of a puzzle together to help your business plans and aspirations, your career goals be achieved. Great person to know and to learn from. Just a dynamic brother. So we look forward to having him in the city of Chicago. Now, and then the following month, Black Enterprise is coming to Chicago for their conference, May, I believe, 22nd through 26th. We're going to be talking about that as well. We'll probably have a few guests on to talk about some of the things you can expect. And so it's going to be pretty interesting. Black Enterprise. Anytime we can get together to discuss business and learn how to grow and improve and build our business, it's a good thing. So we look forward to Black Enterprise coming to the Chi. Wow. As soon as I'm talking about George Fraser, I get an email from him. That is right on time. Maybe we'll get him on the show so he can talk about why he's coming and what he will be sharing with us. So that's some of the things that are happening on Bean Soup Times. It is 3:45, 48, somewhere around there. The time is moving fast. I don't want to give you exact time because you might be going back to your break, and I don't want to get you in trouble because I gave you the wrong time. You better pay attention to the clock that's on your clock. Don't listen to me. Have you a few minutes past your break, and you lose a few dollars, and now you don't have enough change to go to the boat, so you can lose some more money. So, but man, that's what's up, brothers. We're gonna do a quick break, pray a few bills, and we'll be right back with the last quarter of the Bean Soup Show.
When you want to be informed about the issues in your community and the world at large, log on to globalnewsforum.com. When you're in the mood for all of today's R&B, old school, and steppin', log on to our sister station, clubsteppin.com, your number one 24-hour internet radio station for steppers. Log on today and get your step on. Another hour of engaging talk radio starts now. This is globalnewsforum.com. Chicago.
Hey, what's happening, Club Steppin'? This Allen with Dancing Dons and Divas, inviting you to the 5th annual Blackout, April 13th through the 15th here in Cleveland, Ohio. Man, we got 3 of the hottest parties going on. Friday, we got Rep Your City. Saturday, we got the Blackout, which is the main event. And Sunday, we got a Steppers Brunch. We'll be sending you home with a full belly and sore feet. For more information, you can give us a call at 216-586-4610, or you can reach out to us by email at 3dincleveland@live.com. Love to see you there.
All right. We are back, brothers and sisters. We thank you for tuning in, as always, to the Bean Soup Radio Show. I'm your host, Torrey Muhammad, and we are coming up on the last few minutes of our show. And as always, I really want to thank everyone who has been tuning in. I want to thank everyone who has been giving us feedback and making sure that you reach out to us with information and news that we can share on the show. And so we want to encourage everyone to keep it coming. If you, anyone, you can go to my website, beansouptimes.com, and always be able to comment on news events. I may use some of them comments on the radio show. You can send me information at Tory at Bean Soup Times. News releases, events, upcoming events, things that you may have going on that you want to share with us. I can't promise I'm going to talk about it, but if you get it to me, there's more of a chance that I will talk about it than if you don't get it to me. It's kind of obvious, right? So get me the information. We love to share information. We love to be, one of those portals, if you will, that gets information out that we can use to improve ourselves, our family, and our community. And man, it is so important for information to flow and for us to know what's going on from one end of the globe to the other, because it all affects us in one way or another, and there's lessons to be learned, and there's sometimes a domino effect. So what's happening abroad may be happening at home real soon, and what's happening down the street may be happening in your house real soon. So we need to be aware of what's going on everywhere, and we like to help be a part of that. And of course, we take pride in sharing good news that's going to inspire, inform, uplift, that's going to solve problems. That's our goal. That's our mission. That's what we love to do, and we're going to do it, from here until we can do it no more. In some shape or fashion, we will be doing it. So get us information at beansouptimes.com. And, of course, you can find us on Facebook. Go to Facebook, put in Bean Soup Times, and also on Twitter. Go to Bean Soup Times. Man, shout out to all the new friends and followers on Twitter. We're definitely appreciative and glad to have you. And, man, just keep sharing the good information, and we keep doing the same. So that's very important to us. And I mentioned, of course, these two events. Now, in business, it's so important for us in business, brothers and sisters, and these two events highlight this point, to share, connect, and network. Now, what I mean by share, of course, is oftentimes we don't want to do it too soon, but we have to share our goals, our aims, our purpose, what we're trying to accomplish in business with other people, because then that's how you begin to find the people who not only want to use your services, but the people who can help your business grow. The more people that you share your information with, then the more people you find who are like-minded, and the more people that you find who, like I said, can use your services. Now, one of the best things that you can have is a solution to a problem. When you provide a solution to a problem, then you will always be able to provide for yourself and for your family, because you have something that people need, and people are willing to pay for things that help solve problems. It's so important. A lot of times I have folks who are talking to me about business ideas and their business goals, and their product only solves their problem of trying to get money. And it's not necessarily solving anybody else's problem. And so they're frustrated because people are not patronizing and trying to use the services that they have, when all it takes is to provide a solution to a problem and to be able to express that. So we're happy and we're pleased. That's why some of the people that come to us, we do marketing and publicity services. We help get the word out. But there are some people who you don't hear from through us because they're not at that stage yet. And I don't want to just take somebody's money. I want to help them to grow in a very strong and systematic way. And so, but the people that we do promote for and help get the word out about, they are doing it. They are about it. They have great product, a great service. They provide it in a very wonderful, cheerful, happy way. And so just occasionally we want to give a few shout outs to some of those wonderful businesses. So we talking about like Shy Michelle's homemade ice cream on 119th and Western. We're talking about Graffiti Pizza on 710 East 47th Street. We're talking about Z-Berry Z-berries, frozen yogurts and treats on 53rd and what's that, between Greenwood and Kimbark, right there on 53rd Street, around the record shop, across the street from the record shop, the old school used record shop. But yeah, you can just Google Z-Berry and get that exact address, but right there in Hyde Park. And so we have many wonderful, wonderful people that we're working with, and we hope that we're able to share more and more of them with you on the show. Some of them have been on the show. We're going to get more people on the show, but it's just, one thing that I think is just absolutely important and critical for us to do, and that is to uplift, to inspire, and to recognize some of the champions in business that we have right here in our community. And it does happen sometimes. Sometimes people have to get recognized by other people, either outside the immediate community or even sometime from different ethnic groups before we start recognizing ourselves. And I just can't let that happen like that. I got to be able to celebrate the jewels and the gems and the incredible people that are right here in our community every day. So I'm always looking, and it's not hard to find, but I'm definitely always have a keen eagle eye, an eagle eye looking for some wonderful businesses to discuss and with to talk to and to share with you and to discuss with them about what they're doing. So with that being said, if you have a business or you have someone that you know who's in business, then share that information with us. Let us know about that business. We know that there are 100,000 black-owned businesses in the Cook County area, according to the U.S. Census. We want to find out more and more about all of these businesses. What are you doing? What is your product? What is your service? Now, they say that the path to greatness is not difficult. It's not difficult to be great because so many people are not trying to be great. So we're not going to suggest that all 100,000 of those businesses are worthy to come on the Bean Soup radio show. We're looking for the creme de creme. We're looking for some of those incredible businesses with wonderful people providing quality products and services that we can share with you. Believe me, we do work to sift through. We want to save you some of the trouble. We like to, the people that we help expose, we want to stand by them with our name and our reputation. So we try to feel them out and see what's up with them before we even share them with you, to help save you some of the time. And, those that are not worth talking about, we don't talk about. But we do have so many to talk about, and we love to talk about them. So, brothers and sisters, we are going to close out. We thank you for listening to another Bean Soup radio show. I've been your host for today, Tori Muhammad. And never forget that as long as I have a bowl of bean soup, you've got half. Peace.
Another hour of engaging talk radio starts now. This is GlobalNewsForum.com. Chicago.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees.